Welcome everyone to our trade training program webinar. My name is Miriam. I'm the distribution coordinator here at Tourism NT. And before we start, I want to respectfully acknowledge and honor the Aboriginal people of the Northern Territory and recognize the continuation of culture, connection to lands, water and country. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Once again, a big welcome to everyone. Trade training program Q4. Can you believe it? I can't. Time is just flying by. Thanks so much for joining us today. We actually had a record-breaking registration numbers for this webinar, so there's clearly a lot of interest in our topic this quarter. We're excited to not only have 2 but 3 of our NT operators on board to present their fantastic Aboriginal products and experiences today. Welcome guys, we'll hear from you shortly and I will try and keep myself short. Just a few words on housekeeping as always. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. We will have a Q&A at the end of each of our operator presentations. We're also recording the session and we'll upload it to the trade website. I will send an email out to everyone who's registered for the webinars with a link to the recording and to the new training module. It's already live and running, so you can click on modules and get started. Make sure to pay attention to the operator presentations because to be eligible to win the incentive prize, you will need to complete the new Aboriginal experiences training module. Right, and without further ado, let's jump right into the presentation. Okay. Discovering Aboriginal culture and country is a cornerstone of experiencing the Northern Territory. It is impossible to fully understand the ancient landscapes of the top end and the red centre without delving into the stories, artworks and ancient traditions of the local Aboriginal mobs spanning more than 60,000 years. From a trade perspective, Aboriginal tourism represents approximately 18% of the NT tourism consumption, equivalent to about $383 million. And there's a rising interest amongst travellers to experience and respectfully engage with Aboriginal people and cultures. The NT has a growing number of Aboriginal businesses wanting to showcase their diverse, localised and always unique experiences, inspiring visitors to connect with one of the world's oldest cultures. Every travel itinerary should have at least one Aboriginal experience included to not only better understand the area visited, but to also enjoy it a lot more, to become part of the local mob. Right. As you see here, we have a list of Aboriginal operators working with the travel trade. There are more Aboriginal businesses, art galleries and experiences available, but not all of them are set up to work with the travel trade. Tourism NT does support Aboriginal businesses who aspire to eventually be able to work with the travel trade. But as you see here, there are bookable experiences and accommodation available in every region in the NT. All mentioned businesses are either Aboriginal owned or offer Aboriginal cultural experiences while supporting local Aboriginal communities and help sustain the Aboriginal tourism sector for future generations. I have tried to put a map together to give you a better overview of where to find the businesses mentioned within the NT and what the experiences on offer look like. In Darwin, for example, you find cultural tours with Purukul and Northern Territory Indigenous tours. Sea-Link offers Aboriginal experiences on Tiwi Island. And we hear from Sea Darwin, Sea Tiwi shortly on what they offer. Arnhem Land is still so remote and extremely rich in Aboriginal culture with a lot of amazing tour and accommodation options available, such as Banu Banu Beach Retreat, Davidson's Arnhem Land Safaris, Venture North Safaris, to name just a few of a really big pool. In Kakadu National Park, you have Kakadu Tourism and Kakadu Cultural Tours as your contact for most accommodation and touring options. You will hear more from Alain about this in a little while. Then in Catherine, you have the fantastic Top Ditch cultural experience, and you will hear shortly from Aaron from Nitmiluk Tours what they have on offer. Moving to the Red Centre at Kings Canyon, you shouldn't miss out on the Karg Aboriginal cultural experience. It's a fantastic setup. At Uluru, you have, of course, Voyages Indigenous Tourism, who own and operate Ice Rock Resort, as well as most of the major attractions. Then there's Maraku Arts, who offer a fantastic cultural experience at Uluru. And you can book See It Outback small group tours to explore Uluru and Karajuta. And last but not least, around Alice Springs, you can explore Stanley Chasm in the West MacDonnell Ranges with an Aboriginal guide, or explore the area with 100% Finke River culture and adventure tours. Then always the big question, where do you find the information when you need it? Just have a look on the northernterritory.com website to find more information and inspiration. Just click under things to do and you will get to the Aboriginal Cultural Experiences tab. Here you can download NT Aboriginal cultural itinerary for inspiration on how and where to best include these experiences. And you also find videos with tips from Aboriginal locals on what not to miss. Then another great website to visit is Discover Aboriginal Experiences. The website represents a collective of leaders in Aboriginal tourism businesses from across Australia. You will see that the NT is very strongly represented here, and activities and tours can be booked directly from the website. You also find a lot of additional information on the Aboriginal guides, new products, and travel suggestions. All right. This is it from me, just to introduce our operators here today. I'm so happy to see Brian from Sea Darwin. We had issues yesterday to lock him in, so today he's here nearly in person. Thanks, Alain, for joining us again from Kakadu Tourism. And then last but not least, we do have a presentation from Aaron from Nitmiluk Tours, but due to technical issues, Aaron is unfortunately not able to dial in, but we have the presentation here for you. All right, I would suggest we start with Brian, if you don't mind. Hi, Brian. I'm going to stop sharing.
Can you hear me all right?
Can hear you perfectly well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Miriam, for giving me the time to present today, and thanks to all of you for logging on and attending. And I'm very pleased that I've managed to get over the technical hitches that we had yesterday. I'm Brian Worsley. I'm the general manager of Sea Darwin, Sea Tiwi, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about the business. But we are now proudly 100% Aboriginal owned, having been acquired by Tiwi Enterprises in the latter half of 2023. And that's why we sort of fit into the Aboriginal tourism side of things, and I'll go into a little bit more about that. I've only been in this role since November last year, so still finding my feet somewhat and getting ready for a nice busy season. Anyone's got any questions about that, I'll be more than happy to answer afterwards, but I think I'll just jump straight across to the presentation, if that's all right, Miriam.
Yep, you go ahead. Happy to share.
Okay, how's that looking?
Perfect, you can shoot. All
right. So thanks, Miriam. You already gave a very eloquent acknowledgement of country to begin with, and I'll just back that up with an acknowledgement of the Larrakia and Tiwi people, who are the custodians of the saltwater where we operate our business. We give acknowledgement and thanks to them. Now, our business is a marine tourism business, operating what we call fast canopy boats on and around Darwin Harbour. This is just an illustration of one of the vessels. This is our MV Flatback, We have Flatback and Olive Ridley are our 2 vessels, 34 seats and 24 seats respectively. They're both named after turtle species that nest up in the top end, and I'll talk a little bit more about them. But this slide is just to give you a picture of the type of vessel that I'm talking about for all of our tours. We just have the 2 vessels, so there aren't any others to worry about. So Sea Darwin was a business established by Jim and Heather Smith back in 2007, and they ran it very successfully, gained a great reputation, did an enormous amount of work on their accreditations for ecotourism and so on, and we've now been acquired by Tiwi Enterprises, also established in 2007, and they took over the business in October last year. So that makes us 100% Aboriginal owned business. Tiwi Enterprises is owned and governed by the 8 different clan groups that live on the Tiwi Islands, and they run a number of small businesses over on the islands, and this is their first foray into sort of mainstream tourism. We pride ourselves on the ecological sustainability of the business, which Jim and Heather Smith put so much hard work into, and we are quite determined to continue along the same vein. They've been successful enough to be awarded a number of different awards through their progress, and we're very proud of that fact, and certainly have every intention of continuing in the same vein at the same sort of quality operation. I'm going to now start talking a little bit about our various tour offerings. Pretty much all focused around the Darwin Harbour and surrounds at the moment. Starting off with our Discover Darwin Harbour cruise. It's a relatively short cruise, just 1 hour duration, and it runs in the early afternoon, 6 days a week at this time of the year. That excludes Mondays. Departs at 1:30. And the idea behind it is that one can jump on and in a relatively short period of time be given a fairly thorough introduction to Darwin and the harbour. We talk about some of the war history, we talk about some of the Cyclone Tracy history, some of the general history of the pearling industry and the fishing industry here. We also look at some of the contemporary harbour activities that are going on, some of the shipping activities and the gas activities and so on. So it's quite a nice, well-rounded, just a real sort of get to know Darwin Harbour type of thing. And I think I mentioned it goes at 1:30 in the afternoon, getting back in at about 2:30. A big part of what we do is educational touring around the World War II activities of Darwin. As you probably all know, some maybe more than others, Darwin was featured quite heavily from the 19th of February 1942 onwards, when the Japanese aircraft fleet attacked Darwin Harbour. From that day on, there was quite a lot more in the way of bombing attacks and so on. So our tours are quite specialized in that they deliver a lot of in-depth information and a lot of anecdotal commentary as well about everything that sort of happened there and some of the experiences that people went through at the time. We have a bombing of Darwin cruise, which is again 1 hour. That one goes at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's quite different from the Discover Darwin Harbour cruise in that this one, it pretty much is all about the wartime activity. It's not so much about contemporary activities and you know, the pearling industry and so on. So it's often attended by real enthusiasts, people who either already know quite a lot about the Second World War history or would like to know more about it, and it is a highly developed commentary, very educational. That bombing of Darwin cruise can be coupled with either the bombing of Darwin Double and our half-day tour by land and sea. The bombing of Darwin Double just couples the cruise with an entry ticket into the Royal Flying Doctor exhibit, which is just next door to us down at Stokes Hill Wharf, and also highly educational, well worth doing. As well, we offer a half-day tour by land and sea. So we start the tour off with about a 3-hour bus ride, which goes to a number of important land-based sites where places that were hit by bombs or hit by bullets, or just other points of interest where there was armaments mounted and so on, and it just sort of helps build the whole picture. It also includes a visit to the military museum at East Point, all included in the ticket price, and then jumps onto the cruise at the end of the bus tour. So that one also runs 6 days a week in the dry season, limited days in the off season, but we do operate year round. Moving on then to probably the one that we're probably best known for in Darwin is our Sunset Fish and Chips tour. Again, 6 nights a week. This one goes at 5:30 in the evening. Jump on the fast boat, accompanied by a beautiful serving of local wild caught barramundi and chips. And we do cater for people who either don't eat the batter or don't eat fish, just out of interest. We can handle dietary variances. Complimentary drink and a souvenir, and we are licensed, so we are able to continue to serve drinks on that one. And it goes for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. We'll go out, have our dinner, go and find the best spot for sunset, depending on the conditions of the water and the wind direction and so on, and then jet back into the dock not long after. So getting back in at about sort of 7:30 or so, somewhere around about there. Excuse me. One trip that we're sort of quite well known for, and is a very limited and I guess could be called exclusive, although anyone's welcome, is our Turtle Tracks tour. It's very specialized, only operates on limited dates, and those dates are carefully chosen according to the coincidence of tide conditions and sun and moon phases, and timed to try and optimize turtle activity to not guarantee, but certainly maximize our chances of interacting with turtles. It's guided by experts who are usually either marine biologists or doing PhDs on turtle ecology and so on. They can give a highly informative and enlightening commentary on what we're coming across, and it's a very educational trip, as well as just the thrill of being able to sit up alongside a large animal that's doing its thing, and that trusts you implicitly. It's a pretty special feeling. It's a fairly lengthy tour by comparison with the others. It's about 6 hours, but we always say that nature dictates, and the timing of the tour really is somewhat dependent on what the turtles are doing. If we might come back, we'll leave at about 4:30 in the afternoon from our dock at Stokes Hill Wharf, and that tour can come back in anytime, sort of from 10:30 to midnight, depending on what's going on out there. So it is quite a specialized. It's one that's quite attractive to the real enthusiast, and it's a trip that we're very, very proud to continue doing. Those are our main tours. Besides the regular scheduled touring, we are quite active in the charter game, whereby we entertain private groups for private functions, be it birthdays, weddings, just a general sightseeing tour that somebody wants to do, Christmas parties towards the end of the year, that kind of thing. And with the 2 boats, and both of them have the ability to land quite easily with those. Perhaps in that earlier slide, you may have noticed the little ladder, the boarding ladder through the bow of the boat. We can put people ashore on the sandbar or on islands or anywhere else on shore as well, which gives us a quite a nice little edge there, I guess. Gives us a lot of opportunity. So yep, the charter boats is a quite an important part of what we do. Now, I'm aware that this presentation is around Aboriginal tourism, and you might be wondering where that is in my presentation. We are owned by Tiwi Enterprise, as I said, and we do have some quite well advanced plans for some touring options that we're going to be running on the Tiwi Islands. It would be premature of me to try and tell you now exactly what that's going to look like, other than it's going to be very exciting, and all I can encourage is, keep up the contact and watch this space. We've got some very exciting stuff. We expect to be doing some soft product launching perhaps towards the end of this year, with a view to some limited departures the following year, and it's going to come on stream from there. But yeah, some very exciting stuff that we're very much looking forward to, and I do apologize that I can't give you more insight into that now, other than stick with us because it's going to be exciting. And then yeah, just a couple final notes where we stand out. We think that we're a little bit different, and I think I've just lost you there. I must have bumped something there by mistake, but yeah, so we think we're doing a little bit different. We're not a big mass numbers type of organization. Our groups are genuinely quite small, and so that the tours are relatively exclusive. We are very confident in our equipment. Our vessels have both had recent refurbishments. They've you know, new coats of paint, new seats, the engines are really good, new canopies and so on. They're looking very good. We love the idea of supporting local. We source a lot of our product locally and employ locally, and we live by that bottom line there. Nature dictates and culture rules, and that's how we try and live our lives. And I think that's the end of my presentation.
Fantastic, Brian. Thank you so much. And once again, I'm so happy that you made it today, live and in color. At this stage, I don't see anyone having any questions. If you do, please pop them in into the chat box. And yeah, we might just talk about that later in case something comes through. And then thank you, Brian. See you. And
thank you.
I'm going to give over to Alain from Kakadu Tourism. Hi, Alain.
Hello, Miriam. Hello, all. Thank you for attending. Gonna try to share my screen now. And
yeah.
Don't forget to increase sound.
Exactly. Always a tricky one. I struggle with this daily, so don't worry. Okay, I can see it. 1 sec. Yep.
Yeah, you can see my screen?
Yep, and I'm sending it live.
Okay, so today I'm going to give a little refresher project update about Kakadu tourism. And I will talk about the new Kakadu Billabong Safari Camp tour. So starting with the Croc, the one based in Jabiru, the most recognizable hotel in Australia. He just went through a soft refurbish with all the room repainted, recarpeted, refurnished. The last point we need to upgrade is the bathroom. We didn't have the budget this year, but that's on the plan for next year. The art gallery has now an online shop. The restaurant has been rebranded from Escarpment to Mang Muk, which means good food in Benin language. That's pretty much it for Mercure Croc. Let's move on to Coinda Lodge now, with the addition of 20 pop-up tents in our campsite. So those are permanent tents already set up that people can rent. There are 2 beds in there. I think it starts from $79. Linen is provided. We have a brand new camp kitchen that's been built and inaugurated not so long ago. Our lodge room now, the one made of brick and mortar. So we do have 48 of them. And the update is they now come with a queen bed, a single bed, and a trundle bed to accommodate families. They still come with mini fridge, aircon, and the bathroom has been refreshed as well. Our outback retreat, or safari tent, how you like to call them. So we have 20 of them, and now 10 of them come with the king bed, sorry, plus 2 bunk beds at the back to accommodate family again. They also come with mini fridge and aircon. Those tents have shared amenities, and as you can see, they are brand new, sparkling. All amenities, all supplies, sorry, that you will find in a hotel room, soap, shampoo, conditioner, everything is provided as you would be in a hotel room. And of course, not sure if you've seen this one already, the Yellow Water Villas Those are our premiums. We only have 5 of them. Come with a king bed, 2 day lounges, which are not bad, but could sleep a small kid. Ensuite bathroom, walk-in shower, a large deck with outdoor bathtub and barbecue. You also have dining table, kitchenette, everything you will need. Here, more pic. We still have the 2 swimming pool. We have multiple dining option with minis, which is moving closer to a fine dining option. I was quite surprised of the food I got there. And then we have the bar, which is more pub style, where you will find your palmy, your schnitzel. And during the drive, we also have some food truck on the lawns. That's it. Now for the tours. We have a new exciting tour. I don't have any photos, sorry. So I reused the yellow water cruise because we use the same boat. We have modified one boat to do a new tour, which will be a stargazing tour on the water. So you will go by night on one of these boats. The canopy has been removed. And our guides will blend astronomical knowledges with cultural stories, Greco-Roman mythology, and we'll tell you about the stars and everything they know about it. We also have a new, sorry, can you still hear me, Miriam?
Yes, Ala, everyone can hear you, I think.
All right, okay.
I haven't heard anything else.
Okay. We also have a new walking tour for a walking tucker tour. This one will be a short where the guide will take you around and you'll have a chance to connect with country and taste the flavor of Kakadu. This one has a minimum of 4 guests to be run and a maximum of 30 people. Now our ground tour, we used to have one ground tour, which was 8 hours. We made 2 out of 1. They are both 5 hours. One is in the morning and is called Kakadu Adventure. This one will focus more on swimming holes, waterfalls, and nature. As the afternoon one is called Culture of Kakadu, and this one is more, as the name say, focused on culture, and we'll go through Patonga community, which is the community 15 minutes from Coenda. And then we still have our fishing tour, public and private, the yellow water cruise all year round. We still have the weaving workshop at the Wajan, which is totally free. And now the most anticipated one, the Kakadu Billabong Safari Camp. It has not started. It should start from the 1st of June, and I haven't tried it yet. So I will pretty much be reading the description for this one. So this tour is operated by Kakadu Tourism in partnership with Kakadu's Billabong Safari Camp, which is run by one of our traditional owner, Jessie, and her daughter, Mandy, who you can see on the photo. Mandy used to be one of our guides for more than 30 years, 32, I reckon, for Kakadu Tourism. The Billabong complex is along the Jim Jim Creek. Get ready for the real off-grid experience. Step onto traditional Aboriginal land and connect directly with the local Benin people. You will be visiting traditional, oh, sorry, I'm reading twice the same thing. Yeah, a little warning though, you guests have to be ready. This is a totally off-grid experience. The tents don't have any electricity, no aircon, no fan, no cooking facilities. You will have to eat with the Benin people. You have to be ready to see dead animals because that's the way they live. You will be participating in cultural activities such as weaving, like what they call woman business, so weaving, painting, and then you also have the men business, which is carving, not hunting. And as an example, I just booked myself to go and try it in June, and I received the program, so I'm just going to read it to you. So day 1 start at 3:30, arrival at Patonga Homestead Community, where we will see Welcome to Country. We will tour the homeland, including stories of the whole Patonga homestead, buffalo hunting days, and the significance of the Billabong and wetlands. We will get insight into the Benin culture, understanding the country, and seasonal changes. men's and women cultural activity with community members, and of course, opportunity to purchase art from the community art center. 6 p.m. Dinner all together, and then an evening relaxation time by the fire. On day 2, we will have a breakfast all together at 8 a.m. and 9:30 is Bobo, which means goodbye in Benin language, and return to Kuinda. I'm just going to show you the video which comes with.
To Kakadu Billabong Safari Camp on Murrumbul Clan country. This is 100% owned and operated Aboriginal business. If you choose to stay with us, we will host you while staying in our safari-style cabins, which sleeps up to 23 people with 2 toilets and 2 hot showers. We'll share our old age knowledge, Bunmayali, hear the words of our languages and participate in our cultural practices.
It's really good. I like the starfruit and the ants. I've tried so many new things and Mandy has so much to share with us.
There's things that I'd never think that I would eat. I never thought I would have eaten fruit bat.
And it tasted really good.
Share the stories of our people of Kakadu and Western Arnhem Land. We'll give you a real living cultural experience at Kakadu Billabong Safari Camp. Kamak Road.
Oh, sorry. And that was it for the Kakadu Safari Camp.
Are you still there?
You hear me, Miriam?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we had a little
trying to stop
buffer.
sharing, but I can't find the.
That's okay. I think you stopped sharing already. I'm just going to put you on for a second. Amazing product, looks really, really cool. You can't get closer to country than that, I would say.
That's as immersive as we can do.
Fabulous. So yeah, thank you so much, Alain. I haven't seen any questions come in just yet. Brian, if you're still here, there is a question for you. Brian?
Hello,
Hey.
I still am here.
Fabulous. We just had a question, Brian, asking the tours, particularly the bombing of Darwin tours, are they easily accessible?
Yes, they are. Wheelchairs is obviously a problem getting on and off the boats and the bus, but just regular level of fitness. There's no strenuous activity or anything on them.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. That was all. Thank you, Alain. Thank you, Brian. And I'm just going to share my screen for the presentation for Aaron from Nitmiluk Tours. As I mentioned before, unfortunately, he's not able to dial in for technical reasons. Always our favorite here at the trade training program. So I'm just going to play his presentation, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to forward those. Hi, we have Aaron here from Nitmiluk Tours. So lovely to see you, Aaron. It's not quite live, but the next best thing. Great to have you on board. I leave the presentation to you.
Yeah, hi Miriam, how are you? Nice to see you too. I'm Aaron. I'm Sales and Marketing Coordinator for Nitmiluk Tours. Also represent Darwin people, a Darwin company association, which Darwin people is the people that own Nitmiluk Tours. It's all 100% Aboriginal organization. So I will show you, I will go through the presentation. Just 1 second. There we go. Okay. So what we're doing, I start with a bit of information. So we are located in the Nitmiluk National Park, which is about 30 minutes driving from Catherine, and Catherine is located 320 kilometers down to the south from Darwin, so a bit of driving. I'll show you quickly what we do. So what we offer here in Nitmiluk Tours National Park, we have a different things. We go through tours, we have accommodation, we have also caves. I will go through one by one. Okay, so what do we offer is both tours. As you can see here, we have a different kind of tours for a bit for everybody. So one of our most famous tour is this one, the Two Gorge tour, which consists in pretty much in Two Gorge. So you go in a boat, you go through the Two Gorge. The Nitmiluk National Park is composite of 13 gorges. This one goes only through the Two Gorge. It's about 2 hours of tours. Pretty much there is a crossover between the two gorges. It's about 800 meters of walking. You stop also to see the rock art. So pretty much there will be one of our Aboriginal tour guides that will explain you everything about the Aboriginal rock art. So pretty much everything about the Darwin people. This kind of tour is busy, is open all year round. It's always busy. It's literally our the most famous one. Then what do we offer is the Three Gorge tour, which consists in as the name suggests, in Three Gorge. Is also a bit longer because between the second gorge and the third gorge, you have the chance to swim on the rock hole. We offer this tour only during the dry season. During the dry season, because obviously there is during the wet season, the river level is very high because it's a wet season. It's dangerous, obviously. You can't swim during the wet season. That's why we offer only during the dry season. Also, what we offer is this one. Okay, can helicopter tours. I will jump a little bit to the Kakadu caves and then I go back to the tour. What do we offer also is Kakadu caves. We have a tour. These caves are pretty much located about 30 minutes from Catherine town. These caves are pretty small. It's just about 1.5 kilometers of walking. They're pretty easy. They're good for all range. For everybody, elders, kids, everybody can do it pretty much. They're pretty easy. The characteristic of these caves, because we are in a tropical area, they are hot and humid, but they are very, very good. They are a contribution of our area. They are also this one. They open only during the dry season. We open pretty much between April and the end of October. There we go. We show you some image. There we go. Okay, I come back to the tours now. Okay, what do we offer? As you can see, also is canoeing. So with the canoeing, we have a kind of different offer. We go through half day, all day, and also you can also sleep there. The half day is the most common one because it's the easiest one. So pretty much you go to the second and the third gorge. It's good if you want to take your time, if you want to experience all the gorge, taking your time, just a bit paddling, you can stop, taking a bit of sun. I think that's the best experience if you want to take your time and relax. There is also the full day options. With that one, you go between the third and the fifth gorge. And then there is also the overnight, as I mentioned before, but that one is a bit difficult. You require to have a high fitness level because you go between the 6th and the 9th gorge. It's pretty challenging because you have to carry the canoeing between all the gorge. There we go, show some other image. As you can see, it's beautiful and very, very relaxing. And also we offer single canoeing, double canoeing. That's this 2 options we have. That's my favorite, the dinner cruise. So the dinner cruise is also open only during the dry season. That's the best experience because pretty much consists in is basically a 2 gorge tour, the one that I mentioned at the beginning. So between the first and the second gorge with a rock art explanation. But the only difference when you go back, instead of going back home, you pretty much stop in another boat. You jump in another boat. It's a kind of floating. I can say this is a floating restaurant. Pretty much, we have our chef that work on the boat. As you can see, you have the welcome drink, and the atmosphere is great because you have you pretty much sharing. As you can see, this is the chef cooking. As you can see here, the sky, the sunset is going down. The sun is going down, so it's great experience. It's very chilling and relaxing. You have also the baths there across the gorge. It's spectacular. The sounds of birds. Yeah. Okay, what do we offer also is helicopters. As you can see here, so pretty much we have a kind of 3 different kind of options. We have 3 gorge, 8 gorge, or 13 gorge. So the 3 gorge is about 10 minutes of helicopter flight. 8 gorge is about 15 minutes of flight. 13 gorge is about 20 minutes of flight. So that's the only way to see all the gorge from the top. We are the only helicopter flight allowed to fly all over the 13 gorges. Then let me go through. What do we offer is also accommodation. As you can see, this is our campground from the top. We have different kind of accommodation. So what do we offer is a caravan park. We have caravan park, which is the classic caravan park with powered side, also many spots for camping, classic camping with tents, share the toilets. We also have cabins. We have in a total of 10 cabins. 2 of them, they are for single. All of the others are also for families. As you can see here, they are from 2 to a maximum of 5 guests. These cabins are the classic cabins. I will show you something later, some photos. And then also we have Cicada Lodge. Cicada Lodge is our luxury accommodation. So we have 18 rooms. We have private pool. We have private restaurant. Also, our chef will offer you a kind of traditional Aboriginal food. Depends from the menu of the day. What do we offer is a welcome canapé, drinks, and as you can see, it's amazing. Let me go through some photos. There we go. This is the inside, the internal of our restaurant. This is our pool. This pool, as I mentioned before, is only for the people that stay in Cicada. Canapé drinks. Okay, this is a bit of overview from inside the room. It's amazing because when you wake up in the morning, you have the sounds of birds, the nature. So pretty much it's exclusive because in the middle of the bush, and we offer this kind of luxury experience. There we go. This is inside the room. Another photo. Okay, these are the cabins. These are the cabins. This is like a bit of photo of the caravan park. Okay, here on the on the left side is not visible from this photo. We have also the Jati Pool restaurant, which has been recently renovated. We offer classic food. And we also sometimes we do some party with live music. Here we go. This is our pool. This pool is open for everybody. So from cicada people, from cabins, people staying on the caravan park, everybody can go in this pool. But who's staying on the cabins and staying on the caravan park cannot go on the cicada pool. There we go. That's our staff preparing some cocktails. This is a DJ for our recent party we did in last April. Okay, the good part of all of this, so pretty much all of this caravan park, cicada lodge and cabins, they are located about 2 minutes of driving from our visitor center, where we have also a bistro, a cafe. We offer also lunch. From the visitor center, when you go in for the boat tour, it's about 5 minutes of walking or just 1 minute of driving to the jetty. Okay, let me show you some videos. So there we go.
Hey, Aaron, do you want to share again because there's no sound?
No? Okay, sorry.
No worries.
I stopped
You
share
thought
again.
that. You just need to switch the little toggle.
Yep.
And
Wait again.
just from my side, I can just say I love Nitmiluk National Park and it's absolutely stunning. The lodge and the cruise, really good stuff.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, try again. Now it should be on.
Okay. Yeah.
Each and every morning brings a new adventure.
It's very soft. Can you make it louder?
Actually, it's the
Maximum.
I love that I can. Yeah.
Preparing for another inspiring.
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
Fabulous.
Nitmiluk Gorge is a maze of waterways, sculpted from the sandstone over countless millennia by the Catherine River, and holds a myriad of plants, wildlife, history, and culture that is delivered annually by our sensational tour guides. Fly, cruise, walk, and swim through the towering escarpments and truly immerse yourself in the breathtaking scenery. Stay over in stunning campgrounds with a range of accommodation options such as our cozy Nitmiluk cabins or our luxurious Cicada Lodge. Escape to Nitmiluk National Park.
Okay, I will show you the other video. It should be a little bit louder, the other one.
Each and every morning.
Just 1 second. Okay.
Nitmiluk Tours is excited to announce the opening of the Jati Pool Bar Bistro. In the heart of Nitmiluk National Park, we invite you to come and enjoy our delicious seasonal menu. Indulge in our top-end style cocktail bar by the pool. Open 12 noon to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Whether you're a local or doing your Great Australian lap, don't miss the chance to soak up our territory hospitality and the Jati Pool Bar and Bistro.
Okay, so pretty much in the previous video, you had a bit of overview of what I was talking about the boat tours, a bit about the accommodation. The second one was about the Jati Pool that we recently renewed. Okay, I stopped the sharing. If you have any questions, Miriam, I'm happy to reply to you.
Yes, for sure. Thanks so much, Aaron, for your presentation. I will have Aaron's contact details at the last slide, and you can always get in touch with us for any questions. I'm happy to get you in touch with Aaron from Nitmiluk Tours. It was great to have you on board, and I'm very glad we got it sorted. Not quite live, but still, thanks for coming. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you too for offering us this possibility. Thank you so much.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I keep forgetting that Aaron is actually not live here, and we got 2 questions. Mathilde wants to know if you provide camping gear on the canoe trips, and it's just day trips, so there is no camping gear needed. And then we have another question asking if the cabins have private facilities. Yes, they do. It's en suite, so you have everything in your cabin, and caravans to hire or self-drives. From what I understand, it's for self-drives, but I'm happy to double check that with Aaron. All right, this is the end of our presentations. I just have a few more things to say. I'm very mindful of the time that we don't have. So just a few words on new products and events. Hopefully you got the trade newsletter last Friday, because we have a lot more exciting events and products available. Just to touch on a few. The Taste of Kakadu will take place on Friday, from Friday 24th to Sunday 26th of May across Kakadu National Park. It's the Top End's annual premier Indigenous Food and Culture Festival. The program will comprise a range of events celebrating the heritage and culture of the local Benin people through a menu of ancient cuisine with modern twists. Some of the festival highlights include the Bowali Under the Stars dinner. You can join bush tucker walks, ground oven feasts, as well as croc and canapé cruises on Yellow Water Billabong, to name just a few highlights. Accommodation is available at Mercure Crocodile Hotel and Koinda Lodge. You can find out more under kakadutourism.com. Then, very exciting, a new day trip is being offered by Kakadu Air and Davidson's Arnhem Land. You can now embark on a one-of-a-kind day tour to Arnhem Land, where you discover the beauty of this remote region. Departing from Darwin, Kakadu Air will take you on a scenic flight to Davidson's Arnhem Land. On arrival, you go on a land cruiser safari through stone country and monsoonal rainforests. You visit the sacred site of Mount Borrowdale and enjoy a breathtaking morning tea overlooking the Cooper Creek floodplain. Returning to the lodge, you will indulge in a 2-course lunch and relax by the pool before you return back to Darwin in the afternoon. You can find out more on the Kakadu Air website. Under the dry season slides, you'll find this brand new tour. Then a couple of specials. The G'day Group has a fabulous special to stay at Discovery Kings Canyon Resort at a special industry rate for only $180 per night. Travel is valid until the 31st of March 2025, so you have plenty of time to plan. T's and C's apply. The offer is available for trade partners only and limited to 1 room per booking in the lead-in category, and it comes with the standard inclusions. For bookings, you can contact trade support at gdaygroup.com.au. And then, very exciting, Bumaroo Plains is currently offering endless summer 20% discount for travel between June and August. Bumaroo Plains is part of Luxury Lodges of Australia, and winter is the perfect time to visit the Top End. Take them up on the 20% discount for stays in June, July, and August this year. This exclusive offer also includes a bottle of green and gin, it's delicious, and a surprise gift from the head chef during the stay. You can book it for yourself or for customers. Use the promo code ENDLESS to get 20% off. This brings us to our trade training program incentive. First of all, big congratulations to Nadine New from Unearthed. She has won last quarter's prize package valued at $4,000. And then we also gave away throughout the year the spots on our NT Roundup for Mill 2024. From the 4th to the 10th of April this year, we visited the Top End And I would say we had a pretty good time, hopefully, and we will surely do it again next year. So stay tuned. If you're interested in joining, you might be able to win a spot. Well, this quarter, we're giving away a $5,000 prize package, which includes a $1,000 WebJet voucher, $2,000 worth of tourism top-end products. Nitmiluk Tours is so kind to give a Nit Dreaming 2-gorge cruise for 2. Sea Darwin is sponsoring a sunset fish and chips cruise for 2 on Darwin Harbour. And very gracious, Kakadu Tourism is offering a one overnight at the Kakadu Billabong Safari Camp for 2. It's a fantastic prize, and we will do the prize draw on the 18th of June. It's a Tuesday. The winner will be contacted directly. What do you need to do to win? Well, you need to register, which hopefully you have done already. You attend the webinar or watch the recording on demand once it's uploaded to the website. And then last but not least, please complete the latest training module on Aboriginal experiences, which is now available on the website under trade.northernterritory.com, and you find it under modules. Well, this brings me to the end of our presentation, of our webinar today. Thank you so much for taking the time. We absolutely went over, as always, but I hope it benefited and you benefited from the trainings. If you have any questions, you see the contact details on the screen. You can also just always send us an email and I will pass it on. In the meantime, stay well and book a lot of NT. Thank you so much. Bye.